think that's me got the mic sitting all right. Now, as soon as people arrive, I'll check the audio, see if it's actually coming through. This little Fifine mic, which I've not brought out in a very long time. But the Blue Yeti doesn't seem to work well with my phone. So here we are. So let's just see if anyone wants to hang with me. Hello, here we are. Thanks for joining. I decided to live stream tonight, obviously, we're here. I am painting a gift for my little sister at the moment. So my little sister loves elephants. And just before Christmas I was running around doing my best to try and get some last minute shopping done. And I was in a charity shop and I thought to myself, I'd love to find something to do with elephants in here for my wee sister. And lo and behold, I came across these elephant statues. Now, I've been painting them, so this is not what they looked like. Hey everyone, is the audio okay, by the way? Don't mention Chuck Norris. Let's not go there tonight. So anyway, yeah, I found 2 little elephant ornaments in a charity shop just before Christmas. Now these were grey, and like the indent here, it was all white. So I ended up buying some primer. So I sanded these down, put 2 coats of primer on them, and now I've been painting. So I thought, whilst I paint tonight, why not set up a little live stream so I can have some company and you can maybe enjoy some quiet painting sounds. I don't know if the mic's going to pick it up, but I'll chat away. So just like a little hangout stream. I'm supposed to be sleeping, but your notification popped up and thought sleep can wait. So I'm doing the opposite of what an ASMR channel is meant to be. I'm keeping you awake rather than putting you to sleep. After the week I've had, I've needed this. The week you've had is only Monday. Oh, bless you. Audio's perfect. Excellent news. Okay. Oh, and I also have this third one as well. So a few days later I was in another charity shop. I love thrift shopping. And I saw this other elephant, which is very similar to these. It was almost as if it was meant. I mean, they're slightly different, you know, the tea light's different. This one's got like, yeah, a little tusk here. These ones are more ornate with like the design there. Sorry, that's my radiator clicking away. So let's get painting. Evening team, what are we painting? These little elephants. So I've already started, but I'm gonna get my paints on the go. This is a very old paint tray. Your ASMR got me through tough times. I'm really pleased to hear that. Not that you had tough times, but that I was able to help in a wee way. So sending you lots of love. Oh, I could hear a siren. Working for another 30 minutes. Oh, bless you. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, so I've got you can't really see which one I'm using. Can you see like the sausage shape here? That's the paint I'm going for. All the rest is just dry acrylic paint. Okay. So as I said, I started these. They've been primed. And they've had this white, almost mushroom coat of paint, and now I'm adding the grey on the other side. Oh, you paint some happy trees like Bob Ross. Another time. But I'd actually love to get a proper like stream on the go where I've got the paint and the canvas kind of set up like this. But this is really just more me painting this and using you for company. No, I'm not using you. But no, this is a wee bit of company for me. Did you make that? No, no. So I explained at the very beginning, but I think I only had about 5 people in the stream at that point, so I should have maybe waited a little bit. Basically, my little sister loves elephants, and for her birthday, I decided to buy these ornaments that I found in a charity shop. Like, I went into the charity shop hoping to find something elephant related, and then I found these 2 ornaments, which were pretty bashed up. They were cute. They had potential, but they were really, they were charity shop vibes, you know. So I took them home. I found another one as well a few days later in another charity shop. It was a great coincidence. So I took them home, sanded them down, varnished them, put a primer on them, and now I'm painting them, and then I'll varnish them afterwards. So it's like a wee hand painted ornament thing I'm going to be giving her. So I didn't make it completely. I didn't I didn't cast a mould or anything like that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to say hello to some of you, or as many of you as I can. I always give some sort of elephant to couples who marry. I hope it brings them good luck and fortune. That's lovely. The Hindu god Ganesh, is that it? Is an elephant. So I think it's a nice symbol of prosperity and wisdom. Is it Ganesha? Sorry, I'm totally butchering that. Here's hoping your sister doesn't pop on the stream. I actually don't think my sister's been on my ASMR streams before, so I think we're okay. I don't think any of my family watch my ASMR. Actually, no, that's not true. My dad doesn't watch it, but he plays every single video in the background. And he comments on every video. It's really sweet. I don't ask him to do it, but he's been doing that for years. So yeah, every video he just plays it in the background. He says, I can't watch it, you know, I can't watch it. It's a bit weird, but I'll support you where I can. Thanks, Dad. It's very sweet. So yeah, you're not really getting to see what I'm doing because I'm focusing on I don't know. This is going to be quite difficult. I think it's just going to be more of me chatting whilst I paint. Can you see that? You're not even getting any brush sounds, are you? Because it's too small. It's very sweet. Thank you. Yeah, it was my birthday on the 23rd of December, so thanks for the birthday wishes. And Happy New Year to everyone. I don't know why, but I like your Scottish accent very much. I've listened to your videos many times. Thank you. I do think I'm quite lucky that I have a Scottish accent because it's an automatic USP for my channel, so I'm very grateful to my Scottish heritage. Picasso would be proud. Thank you, Rob. I see your elephant pillow in the background. Oh yes, I got this when I was at uni. And I'm sure that I've talked about this in a video before. I think I bought it on Facebook Marketplace actually. I was in my final year of uni and I had these big beautiful Indian rosewood cupboards. So I decided to lean into like the Indian style theme kind of thing. So I got this. This is so fun. It's nice having you in my living room. Can you say hi, Maddie? Hello, Maddie. Hello. I've just had all of my wisdom teeth pulled. Your videos and stream are very helpful. Ouch. I hope you're okay. Rest up. That's no... I suppose no operation's easy, but that's not a smooth one, is it? I don't know. I've still got like my wisdom teeth trying to come through. Hey Maxley. Hello Mila. My birthday's the 23rd of December, says Jordan. Yay! How old were you? How old did you turn? Oh, sorry, I was looking for my paint there. I've put it up here on the table. I love when you do ASMR in the park on a beautiful day. I'll endeavour to do more of them when the warm weather comes back. Art club with 110 people in your living room. I know, 144 now. This is the most people I've ever had in my living room, though I will say a couple of years ago. Oh, I need to put my phone on silent. That was my flatmate actually just replying to my message even though she's through the room, so I'm glad she didn't come in. A couple of years ago, I think Frankie, my twin, had just moved out because we lived together for a while. She'd just moved out, but we were at the club together, and it was about 4 a.m, and Frankie had said to me, can we have an after party, or can I have an after party, because I've got the bigger flat. So I said yes, but I hadn't came back from the club yet. So when I got back to the club, Frankie had already came in, let herself in, and there was about, honestly, I'm not even exaggerating, maybe 40 to 50 people in my flat at 4:30 in the morning. And I mean, it's a shoes off gaff. You're not allowed to have shoes on in my flat. So there were shoes piled up in the hallway, like just piled up, all these shoes. Yeah, it would have been about 40 people or more. I was like, oh my god, I haven't done that again. It was too much. And then Frankie left when she'd had enough, and I had to tidy it all. You look like my teacher. Please say apparently. I love how you say it. Apparently. Apparently. Where's the cup of tea and digestives? I have my cup of tea. I actually do. I've got good old sleep tea. That's what it's called. It's from Lidl. Oh, how awesome is my mug? I love it so much. And I have a cup of coffee every morning. My favourite coffee. I love it so much as well. It's called Exhale, and it's marketed as a healthy coffee, and I bought it off Instagram because I am a sucker for good marketing, so it seems. But like, I did the research. Apparently it is like a healthy coffee. Look it up. I'm not sponsored, by the way. So I have my healthy cup of coffee, feeling all good, in my witch's mug. I bought this at a little craft fair. I was a young girl. I think I've talked about this in a stream or a video before. I think early 20s, and she was selling her pottery. And I love it. How is your buddy Norman doing? He's good. He's out in the hallway as well. Or he left. You're seeing a reverse image, yeah, because it's on my phone. Oh, sorry, I'm quite far behind. Evening Fae the Highlands. Oh, is it cold up in the Highlands? Because it's quite chilly in Glasgow, so I could only imagine that You're probably battling through the snow up there. Are you Scottish or Scouse? I'm Scottish. I was about to try and do a Scouse accent. Chicken? Chicken? I can't do it. Let's not do that. Chicken? No, it's because they've got the... So shut up, Joseph. Shut up. Does your flat have the purple burglar alarm security system? It does. It does have the purple burglar alarm. Did you ever see Stranger Things season 5? I've not seen it yet. I've heard that a lot of people didn't like it because the final 2 episodes caused it to end on a bad note. Was it really that bad? I don't know. No spoilers, people, please. Keep it to yourselves. I do want to see it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've spent the first nearly 2 weeks now of 2026, to be fair, grafting pretty hard. I've been trying to set the tone for the rest of my year and be a wee bit more proactive. Last year I was chasing my tail, it felt like the whole time. So I've kind of blocked out this month to really focus on the foundation of the year and kind of reset and chill out a wee bit. I really like the British accent, it's very sexy. Excellent to hear. You love the Californian accent. I will be honest and say that I don't know much of the nuances between the American accents. The difference is that I could tell you what a New York accent sounds like, or like a deep south accent, and then your sort of standard American accent. So I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to pick it out, I guess. Oh, I was wondering, because I think you said you preferred Stranger Things over Cobra Kai. I gave up on Cobra Kai. I loved it at first, but it kind of got very samey, same old, and then they started pulling in the characters from like, I think it was like the second Karate Kid movie or something, or whatever. No, the third one, I'm not sure. It just got a little bit much for me, and I kind of gave up on it. I've been watching Outlander. I'm on season 2 of Outlander. Does anyone watch Outlander? We could talk about it. The first 2 seasons. I hate Bonnie Prince Charlie. He's so annoying. I just want to go, Chuck Norris clip is so funny. I watched it the first time a while recently. Is it a vid on YouTube, or it was on a Beagle stream? That was a Beagle stream, and none of them were recorded. But yeah, I lost it. I absolutely lost it that day. I was thinking about Beagle today, actually, as I was sort of preparing for this stream. I really enjoyed that little time. But yeah, we'll see. I want to get more of a regular thing going with streaming, but I'm going to have to wait. Fibre optic has just been installed in my area. Happy days. So once I upgrade and sort things out, we'll be back in business. I watched season 1 and stopped at Charlie. Get him to Sky already, eh? Need to watch Shetland, it's pretty decent. Let's go. Chuck Norris killed 2 stones with 1 bird. What a guy. Were you ever a Lord of the Rings fan? Absolutely. I love Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I love it. I'm old enough to have played the PlayStation 2 game, and I enjoyed that, even though I was terrible at it. I was never very good at PlayStation games, or any gaming for that matter. Except from Britney's Dance Beat. I had a dance mat for my PlayStation, and I would play Britney's Dance Beat for hours, bopping away to Britney Spears, feeling like a pop princess. Those were the days. See you later, Goggle Bottle. It's a funny handle. Do you like Guinness? I do, actually. I could get behind a nice cold pint of Guinness. Favourite Middle Earth realm? To be honest, none of them appeal to me to live in. The Shire, maybe, because they're all like little hippies. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, I wouldn't want to live in that universe. It's too much aggro. I mean, this world right now is a little bit mental, so yeah. Pretty sure Tobin took a fair bit of the Scottish countryside for inspiration in those books. Yeah, I could see that. So her name is Josette, and is she single, guys? Don't want to watch somebody's wife girlfriend, will feel guilty. I'm just painting. I am not single. Lucky for me. But my boyfriend right now, he's in India. And he's gone over there, and he was there for about 4 days. And then he started talking about this little stray dog that kept coming up to him when he was over at the shops on his motorbike. And by day 2, he'd fallen in love with this stray dog. By day 3, he's devised a plan to rescue this stray dog. So it looks like I'm going to be having a dog. Honestly. It's very cute. It's proper, like, brought him back to life. And he went over there to have a break and things. And now he's found this little dog called Luna. And he's taken her in and is going to try and fundraise to get her over, because it's very, very expensive to go through the whole procedure of bringing a dog over to the UK from abroad, never mind a stray dog. So she's been to the vets. She's only 6 months old, bless her. But yeah, life is very unexpected. So I started 2026 pet free, and now it looks like I'm going to have a dog in a couple of months' time. You know what? I'm totally here for it. I'm so here for it. I think it's adorable, and she's so good. Very well behaved for a street dog. Like, stays with them, doesn't run away. Like, it's kind of like, you couldn't write it, to be honest. It's like they chose each other. I feel a little bit jealous now. I'm joking. He's an absolute sweetheart. He's the kind of guy that we were driving one time. Sorry, I'm getting gushy. I don't really talk about my relationships in my videos. We were driving one time, and there was a spider on the dash, but like on the front of the car, this big spider. So we stopped the car to save the spider, and I was like, "What are you doing?" But it was like on the front of the car, on the window. So that's the kind of guy he is. So yeah, he's an absolute softie. So I'm not surprised that he's decided to befriend a little dog and try and get her home. It's Maya and Miguel. What they will do next, you can never tell. Yeah. I want to travel to Pakistan to hear they're humanity's most hospitable people. I'd like to travel to there as well. Luna can pay rent by helping with ASMR. I mean, all going well, or if all goes well, then I would absolutely feature her in an ASMR video. But yeah, like I say, he's got a lot of work to do first. Basically, he was made redundant last year, in the end of last year, and it proper just threw him. He wasn't expecting it. He just came back from his hernia operation. He'd been off for 6 weeks. He just got back to work for a week, and then he was made redundant. So it properly rocked his world a little bit there. So he's been trying to like pick up the pieces of his life since then. So we shipped him off to India to go find himself. And he's found a dog instead. So yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. He says he's going to try and make little TikToks and fundraise to get Luna over. So good luck to him. Yeah. Been watching your stuff for a couple of months now. Hi from South Africa. Hello. The funny thing is that I've pretty much done with Cobra Kai season 6, part 2. Oh, I haven't even got up to that part. Dimitri cheats on Yasmin. That's terrible. When as an American, whenever I hear made redundant, I always envision there being 2 of someone and then hearing, oh, we don't need 2 of Jim. This one's redundant. I mean, that was pretty much what happened. It was brutal. There was 3 up for the redundancy, and yeah, he was out the door. So I think that was even more of like a kick in the teeth. Yeah, that kind of thing. It does mess with your, I suppose, confidence, your sense of self-worth, even though, you know, it shouldn't, but it does. And people like to have a purpose. And we all want to feel needed, you know. As they say, rejection is just a change of direction. You're absolutely right. And that's kind of what I was saying, you know. He'd been talking about wanting to find something more suited to him for a while. So I did say, you know, it's kind of just like a push in the right direction, but I think with the politics and everything that went on, it was kind of hard for him to swallow his pride a bit, but yeah, he's doing great now. Running about with Luna. Oh man. Luna, it sounds like a girl's name, don't be so naive, just kidding. It's because he met her, Luna, on the full moon. I think the full moon was like on the 3rd or something, or whatever, of January. And yeah, like I say, he pulled up on his motorbike and she just trotted over. And it was a full moon. Very poetic. Somebody needs to write a movie, write a book, film a movie. Painting side quest, yeah, just sat here painting this elephant. Oh yeah, I'm painting this elephant for my little sister, so I have varnish that I'm going to put on it afterwards. So I'm painting purple, and then I'm going to choose another colour for these little bits here. I'm going to keep a large part of it, this kind of creamy mushroom colour, and then I have this cool little Rub 'n Buff. That's what it's called, Rub 'n Buff Antique Gold. It's kind of like gold leaf, but much less messy and more easy to apply, so you just need to paint it on. My back's getting a bit sore. Any plans to go through the stones back in time, Shorty? Like on Outlander? Nah. I was getting a bit annoyed at Claire in the TV show Outlander, because the first season she is a bit like self-righteous a wee bit. She doesn't quite adapt to the culture, but then I was thinking to myself, it would really annoy me too, you know, the whole stepping back in time, having to give up your, I suppose, position as a woman nowadays to the second class citizen that they were back then. So I could understand maybe now why she was a wee bit bold. But she just kept causing trouble for Jamie. That's what I was getting annoyed at. I was like, leave Jamie alone. Where are we? What's his line of work? He was installing solar panels, so solar panel engineer. Have you been to the Basque Country? No, I haven't, but I'd like to go because I hear it's absolutely stunning. Hi from Egypt, watching your stream before going to sleep. Sending big hugs to Egypt. Shortbread, I'm drawn Spider-Man with you in my ears. Oh, class. What is Spider-Man doing? Is he swinging from building to building? I love Spider-Man. I really enjoyed the first set of movies. But I do like the Tom Holland one. I never really got into the Andrew Garfield ones. I think I felt like it was too soon. I felt like I'd kind of just watched the first Spider-Man movies. I didn't think it was really necessary unless you're a big Andrew Garfield fan, so I'm sorry. I thought you were holding an Xbox controller. Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas. Are you a Christian? I was raised a Catholic, but no, I wouldn't say I'm a Christian now. I believe in God, but I believe that I think that religion's a tool for mankind to try and understand that which that man can't understand. So there's a lot of beautiful things that each religion holds and carries, and I don't think any one religion's wrong or right. I think they're all just interpretations of the same thing. Yeah. Have you been to Galicia or Andalusia? No, I've not. Hey Kaylee, hello. You're not alone getting annoyed with Claire. I know. Oh, I'm a wee bit far behind now. Only Tobey Maguire could be Spider-Man. I've been trying to figure out your accent from the West Coast, 20 odd mile from Glasgow. I'm from Dundee, but I don't really have a Dundonian accent. What's your view on Zoroastrianism? Well, I can't pronounce it, so I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it. I've never been on the British Islands. Would like to spend some time in Scotland and Ireland. It's just a pity we don't have ships travelling from Belgian shore to Britain anymore. You could maybe make the trip to, I mean it's quite a long one. You're better off flying I guess, but going to Amsterdam and then you can get the boat to Newcastle. It's quite fun. I've been on that before. You have entertainment at night and stuff. It's quite cheesy. And then from there you get the train up to Scotland. You're only about an hour and a half away from Newcastle to Edinburgh. I love Maya and Miguel. I've never met Miguel, but Maya is a superstar. I'm painting an elephant. It's a present for my little sister. I mean, it was her birthday. But I've not had the chance to get back to Dundee yet. So I'm going to finish this week and hopefully head to Dundee within the next week or two so I could hang out with my mum and my wee sister. It's a Persian religion. Oh, right, okay. I don't know much about it then. No, but I'd be interested to know. I love Freddie Mercury. When I was a teenager, Queen were my favourite band. I still love Queen, but I just don't listen to them as much because I think I listened far too much when I was 17, preparing for my exams. I miss the live short I used to do. Oh, yeah. Do you mean on Beak O'Brien, or just like when I was more frequent? Near the Kingsway. No, I used to live near the Kingsway. Or my dad used to live near the Kingsway. Very close. And my first ever boyfriend lived on the Kingsway. It's basically this huge motorway running through Dundee. And my high school was on the Kingsway as well. Good times, good times. I used to cover Dundee with my work. Oh, what do you do for work? Chuck Norris does not own a stove, oven or microwave because Revenge of the Dish best served cold. I think there's another joke where he like heats things up so he doesn't need it. I think I've heard a lot of them at this point. My nose is running. Sorry. So that's lovely. Oh, you're talking about different Maya and Miguel. Oh, right, okay. I was talking about my friend Maya. How old are you? I am 32. Years young. How fast can your nose run? That's a good one. Nobody knows. What's the number one country you want to see that you've never been to? I'm fortunate that I've been to quite a few countries that I had on my bucket list. But now, number one. I'd like to go to Jamaica. I'd like to go to a country, maybe Kenya actually. Yeah, I feel like Kenya would be a good one. Yeah, I would say Jamaica or Kenya. Did you work at Abertay Uni? No, I didn't. What did you study at uni? I'm currently a journalism student. Oh, awesome. I studied economics and Chinese at Edinburgh. How's the painting coming along? Very slowly. It's quite fiddly, so I'm just filling in the grey here. But thanks for keeping me company. I'm actually having the best time. So I hope you're enjoying it too. Me just not really showing you my painting, just chatting away. Good evening. Good evening. I salute you from Colombia. I'd like to go to Colombia. Oh, thank you. Alaska would be nice. I've got a friend who lives in Alaska, and sometimes she sends me pictures, and it looks amazing. But cold. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Did I just hurt your ear there? I forced her to go to another country. Jamaica. Yes, I did. Jamaica. Your videos relax me to the point of finding better metal music. What? You're so smart in economics. I could never. I did study a lot. It's probably why I became a DJ after uni, because I felt like I needed to have some fun. My degree was pretty solid. That's what got me into ASMR in the first place. I was in China, living there for a year, because it was part of my programme, and I was stressing. I was in third year of uni, and I was worried about my exams that were coming up. And I was telling my sister about how stressed I was, and she said, "Why don't you try this thing called ASMR?" And I was like, "What? I've never heard of it." And then she said, "It's basically just people whispering into microphones." And I said, "That sounds awful." I did. I've got a little bit of misophonia, just a little bit. So I thought it would be really irritating. But because it's so intentional, I mean, here we are. I loved it. I found this Chinese speaking ASM artist back then, and I was hooked. And then I think one of the first English speaking ASM artist that I found was Whispers Red. So yeah, it became my whole personality. No, honestly, it did get me through some pretty stressful times, and for me, I'm learning to relax now. I'm actually learning to chill out. But for the longest time, I feel like I was in a state of constant fight or flight, where I felt like I had to always be productive in order to feel safe. And it's particularly doing a degree like Chinese, with languages, you could always learn something. You could always be practicing. So I never knew how to switch off. But with ASMR, I felt like I could relax and study at the same time, because I was listening to Chinese ASMR. So it was like a good excuse to just chill. You know what I mean? So for me, that was like a lifeline. Like, it gave me permission to relax. Honestly, bless my younger self. Stressing too much. Your location is very quiet, like too quiet. I love when you read old Scottish stories. I need to do another one of them soon. Though it might be a wee while until I release it, because I've still got 3 videos from the retreat to edit and put out. My next video is going to be on my lap outdoor head massage pampering video with Miss Chloe ASMR. Now that was meant to be my last one, instead of the Scottish Girl Does ASMR. But when I started editing at the beginning of last week, I realised that Chloe and we must have been accidentally scratching the microphone with our clothes or something, because there's like this grating sound, like when we become close to the mic, it's like, yeah, it must have just been a bit of fabric. And I've tried my best to edit it out. Basically what I do is I will find a patch of audio within the video that is like quite quiet, or I mean it's outside, so I've got to find one that's relatively nice with birds and whatnot, and then I'll cut it and then I'll just paste it over the noise. But the problem is sometimes the noise is present when we're speaking, so you can't cover it up. So you could hear like this low scratch grumble thing. Rumble in the jungle. So to combat that, sometimes I've had that problem in the past. You can never really tell what's going on when you're recording. You're just at the mercy of the mic and your setup. So my plan is to cover it with some ambient music, like with low frequencies that are going to mask it. But I want to make my own ambient music for it. So that's another layer of work, which I'm more than happy to do. But it just means taking more time. So that's why that wasn't the next video. I actually recorded the one that was released on Sunday. I recorded that on Wednesday. And then I edited that in 2 days. Edited that in 2 days. So that was like a nice quick one to get up, because it was very like old school setup. It was a joy to film, really, to be honest. It was quite nostalgic for me. Sorry, I just went away on a wee ramble and I missed a lot of your comments. You got a thing for elephants. My little sister does. This is for her. Your Scottish story, specifically the Dundee Dragon, inspired me to design a colouring of knights and dragons. Oh wow! That's awesome! Send me a link when you're done. It'd be awesome to see. You should do like a colouring in video if you're that way inclined. Or maybe I can. Colouring in stream. For Frankie the elephant. No, it's for my little sister. She's just turned 22. She's 10 years younger than me. She's very hip and very cool and fashionable. Her name is Trinity. And she loves elephants. So this is for her. Same age as me. I'm feeling 22. What does your room look like? What colour is it? I've actually got a video from 2 years ago where I give you a room tour. So it's lo-fi. If you go back to about 2023, 2.5 years ago, I posted a room tour video, so you could have a look at that if you're interested. The colour is like this. You can't really see because I've used low lighting in the video, but it's a soft, very, very light purple, mushroomy, creamy colour. But I'm all about lighting. I like my mood lights and my salt lamp and stuff like that. First live stream in a long time, of course I got stuck on the night shift. Oh no, mad. Bless you. Well, I'm keeping my January relatively free, so hopefully I could get another stream in. I mean, this is definitely not going to be finished tonight because I'm taking a very long time. So maybe I'll stream another day. Stream a free night this week. No, I'm not going to make promises like that. You'd be bored of me. Hi, are you a fan of Edinburgh at all? I love Edinburgh. I studied there, so it feels like a wee trip down memory lane when I go and remember all my university antics. I was a theatre kid when I was at uni, so I spent a lot of time, yeah, in that kind of scene. And Edinburgh's great for it, that kind of thing. With the Edinburgh Fringe, I was part of 2 shows when I was a student in the Fringe. It was very exciting, an amazing experience. The Uni of Edinburgh, yeah. Are you single? No, I'm not. I've already gushed about my man earlier in the stream and my new dog. Have you visited the pot still? I have, yes, I actually have. Aragon, I am. Yeah, I'm just chilling at the moment playing with my PS5. Wait, what game are you playing? I was talking about my PS2 earlier. Though my favourite games console was my N64. Old school. But to be honest, I was more of a Sims gal. I loved The Sims. The Sims 1 and then The Sims 2. I played The Sims 3 briefly, but I preferred the graphics on The Sims 2. I mean, I'm not sure what it's on now. Is it like Sims 30 or something? I'm not sure. I'm out of touch with these things now. I did open an application for Edinburgh, but I haven't worked on it lately due to fears and other worries. Why? What are you worried about? Bless you, Nomad. My grandpa grew up in Lanarkshire. I'm a single Pringle. At 22, so you should be. No, I could talk. Oh no. I was in my second long-term relationship by the time I was 22. Honestly. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. There's nothing to regret in life, but I would say it's good to get to know yourself and spend time with yourself and enjoy your own company. And I'll be honest, I was very much dependent on my relationships when I was in my 20s. Maybe because I'm a twin, I don't know. It's because of what I'm used to, but when I became single in my late 20s, it was a bit of a shock to the system at first. But I'm really grateful for that time now, and I learned more about myself in those years, that the year and a half that I was single, than when I was in the relationships. But in saying that, I was more mature. I was wise and mature, so maybe more open to that introspection, I guess, of myself. But yeah, being single's cool. Didn't Frankie meet and interview Greta Van Fleet? No, I didn't meet them. I was so envious. So my twin is a journalist and a reporter for the BBC, and she does entertainment news, and she got to interview Greta Van Fleet, and they're one of my favourite bands. I couldn't believe it. And then she also interviewed Macklemore, and he was my favourite artist when I was about 18 or 19. So I don't know what it is. I don't know why she keeps getting to interview all my favourites. It's highly unfair. No, I'm joking. It was awesome to see the interview. And then she got me free tickets to go to the Greta Van Fleet show in Glasgow. So that was the second time I saw them. And they were incredible. I saw them live in 2022 in Manchester. And oh, I loved it. Like, Jake's voice is just unreal. But the second time I saw them, you could tell, like, you could see the experience that they'd got. Like the confidence was just through the roof compared to the first one. Like the level of showmanship as well. And then the production level, like the money that had been put into it, yeah, it well surpassed the first one. It was awesome. It was good to see that evolution. I've been going through an interesting time recently, and you've really helped me fall asleep the last few nights. Thank you. You are very welcome. I'm glad I could help. Sorry to hear that you've been going through, well, an interesting time. That's actually a really good way of framing it. I just automatically assumed that was negative there, but you've said interesting, and I like that because life is full of challenges for everybody. Not that I'm belittling your challenges, nothing like that. But it is, and we do resist these challenges a lot of the time, and it just causes more suffering for ourselves. So if we can, try and go with the flow a wee bit more. Try and surrender to what's happening. That doesn't mean giving up. That means just detaching from the outcome. Oh. I love The Sims. Oh, I'm quite far behind. Oh, wow. I really am. Are you a fan of Motorhead? Not so much. I wouldn't say I was not a fan. I just haven't listened to enough of their stuff. You know what I mean? Someone told me to just go on a live. Do you mean like a live stream? Just to go for it, not procrastinate. That's good advice. Procrastination often is because we have like an underlying fear. I know that when I used to procrastinate, it was a lot of the time. It was when I was creating music for Kintra, which was a DJ violin duo me and my twin were doing. We're on a wee hiatus at the moment, but I used to feel like this underlying pressure and worry and imposter syndrome, and I know that fueled a lot of the procrastination around that time. I was like delaying the practice because, yeah, there was just something holding me back. And it's hard to combat that when those feelings sort of settle in and get a hold, but you can work through them. It takes time, but you can. The Elephant and Shortbread sounds like a children's book. I love when you read stories on your channel, my favourite. I'll do more of them. Have you ever wanted to start a family? Not yet. I'm open to it. We'll see what happens. But I've never been somebody that's like desperate to become a mother. But as I'm maturing, who knows? Who knows where life will take me? Can't fight a rising tide, but you can learn to surf. Absolutely, nomad. Absolutely. I need to continue playing Super Mario Odyssey soon because I was inspired to buy it for $30 at Black Friday sale when ASMR Darling and people made it seem like a really cool game. Is it a cool game? I liked Super Mario on the Nintendo 64. That's twice I've talked about that. Oh, sorry. Okay, I think I've done... Wait, no. Right, I'm basically... So I've done this side. So it looks like I need to just do the grey here. So I'm matching that. Okay, well, I've just got it on my hand. It's not... Oops, daisies. Oh, this is when it gets tricky, when I'm trying to hold the elephant. Have you ever done ASMR with your twin? Yes. She didn't enjoy it. I filmed a hairbrushing video with her quite a few years ago now, because she doesn't like hearing me whisper. So like I said in the earlier on in the stream, I do have a wee bit of misophonia, but Frankie's got it bad, really bad, and even sometimes like loud breathing sets her off. So the thought of me whispering, she couldn't cope with that, so we ended up doing a hairbrushing video, and then I did a voiceover. But I think even that was a little bit too much for her. It's on my members area, but it's not really worth the watch. I don't think. Have you ever fancied dyeing your hair black to blonde? I mean, I've got some blonde highlights. You can't really see it that well in this light. But I don't think I'd go full blonde again. It felt like another era of me, I guess. I feel like the brown, it's first of all, I like the low maintenance value of it, but it feels more me now. A lot of my procrastination comes from a lack of motivation, which can be hard to have sometimes, despite me wanting to do something. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, if you want to do something, but then there's part of you that's like resisting. Okay, I'm just putting a wee bit more paint. These are actually my castle paints, which I think, was it Ken that donated to me on my throne wish list. I'm sorry if I'm getting the donor wrong, or the gifter. Sorry, that sounds a bit weird, the donor. Yeah, I've got a big set of 48 paints, and this colour is Davy's Grey. I don't know who Davy is when he's at home, but this is his grey. You'd be a good mother, honestly, in my opinion. Thank you, Kaylee. Would you ever date an American? Yes, I would. I would. I actually thought I would end up with an American. You know, when you're younger and you sort of imagine what relationships you might get into. I felt I would maybe end up with an American because I feel like Americans are quite, I mean, this is totally like stereotyping, generalising here, but I've met a lot of high energy Americans and a lot of Americans that just go for it, and I don't know, I feel like Americans are quite unapologetically themselves compared to British people. We're quite conservative in the UK from time to time. I mean, maybe as an American watching this stream, you're like, what's she on about? But, I don't know. I think it's interesting. Me and ASMR Muzz talked about this before. So ASMR Muzz is a Scottish ASMR artist, and he lives in Canada. And when him and I first started around the same time, 7 years ago, we both expressed how we were quite scared of our friends and family finding out about ASMR, because in Scotland a lot of the time there's this general sort of opinion that if you do anything different, like, you're slagged off or like made fun of. Not so much maybe in Glasgow, but like Dundee and Aberdeen, like the smaller towns, they tend to have quite a village mentality mindset, and it could lead to a bit of a closed mind in some people. I mean, Scottish people are great. Like, I'm not, like, I do love Scottish people. I love the culture, I love the humour, but there is an element of closed-mindedness. And people say that, you know, like a few of my little sister even, she said to me, oh, I'd love to live in London because I feel like you could wear what you like and people don't judge. But if you wear like maybe some extravagant stuff walking down the street in Dundee, people would look at you and be like, what's she all about? You know, it's like a, yeah, it's not a nice, it's more of a judgment. Sorry, I'm struggling to get my words out here. Sorry, I went on a massive ramble there. Have you ever been mesmerised at the sight of anything, Josette? Yeah. I remember when I went to Maya Bay in Thailand, I got off the boat, and when I came round to the bay, I just stopped and went, it's like a film set. I feel like I'm in a movie. It was stunning. Yeah, I was definitely mesmerised in Maya Bay. So lovely. Oh, hey Danielle. Oh, I'm really far behind. Oh. Hey, Shorty Bread. Hello, Mason. I feel it's a common thing between small towns and bigger cities, yeah. We dared a friend to order a shandy in a Scottish pub. He was nearly laughed out of the bar. Seriously. People do judge in London, they just give dirty looks. I'm good, isolated matrix. Thank you. I feel in London you could be eccentric, but it costs money to be a rich eccentric. I love to be different and like people my age are like materialistic and spelled rotten, so I'm once happy to be like different on my generation. That's awesome, Kaylee. Yeah, there are so many other things to life than status and money and possessions. You hear about all the rich and famous who struggle with mental health because they've made it. They've achieved what society deems as success, and they're still not happy. And I think that speaks volumes. I think it was Jim Carrey that said, I wish everybody could experience like fame and fortune, because then they'll realise it's not it. I think he said something along those lines. I'm just paraphrasing there. And it's true. We've lost touch with what matters as a world, as a human race. But I think people are kind of waking up to that now, realising that we need to just go back a little bit, just take it back to basics. And but I'm not saying like go become a monk and denounce all your worldly possessions. But just realise that you don't need that much to be happy. If you could have anyone play you in the film of your life, who would it be? Also, if you play anyone else in a film, who would it be? I like that question. Who would I get to play me? I don't know. I don't know if I know enough actors, and I mean, if Kate Winslet was my age, then Kate Winslet, I love her. I think she's great. But yeah, she's 50 now, so maybe, well, I don't know. If we could turn back time. I like the woman that plays, I don't even know her name, Christina or something, Christini, on The Penguin. She's awesome. I'd take her as my, I don't know, actor playing me. If I were to play anyone else in a film, who would it be? Who could I play in a film? I always wanted to be Hermione. Does that count? Oh, see you later, Nomad. Hope you have a good time at work. What's your favourite song? It changes. But at the moment, what song would I play? What song am I loving at the moment? To be honest, I've been listening to a lot of like meditation music recently. I mean, if I was going to go for like an all-time favourite song, I love Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I love Bon Jovi, It's My Life. Oh my god, so this is really embarrassing. I'm about to tell you my top played song on Spotify last year. It's the Tracy Beaker theme tune. Now, if you're from the UK and you're my age, you'll know the Tracy Beaker was a very popular kids' TV show at the turn of the century. I loved Jacqueline Wilson. She is a British author doing lots of children's books, and she wrote the story of Tracy Beaker, and it was turned into a TV show, and it had a very catchy theme tune. And then the last year I found a full version of the theme tune. They'd recorded like a full version, and it is a vibe. I can make my world come true, all my dreams will see me through, and this life won't get me down. It's such a vibe. I even have a disco version I play when I DJ sometimes. So yeah, that's a fun fact. That was my top listened to tune of 2025. Oh dearie me. Oh. So I'm just trying to catch up on them. Oh, the comments, there's been quite a lot. Shorty. Bon Jovi's alright. As a Jersey boy, I prefer Bruce. I didn't have Sky growing up. Early morning Channel 4 was Wild Magic Roundabout. I've seen the Magic Roundabout, yeah. Fun fact, I was on a kids' TV show when I was 12. Nobody's replied to or like mentioned anything about Tracy Beaker, so I'm not sure if we've got any Tracy Beaker watchers in the stream, which makes me think you probably won't have heard of the TV show I was on. There was this TV show called Raven, not That's So Raven, not the American one. It was a British TV show. It was a game show, and it was about these young warriors, and there was this big Scottish man that played the Raven, and he was a half man, half bird, and he would send us all on these big quests and challenges. Let the challenge begin. And then I was off as a little warrior, battling with the other warriors, trying to collect gold rings, and my name was Tezan. Tezan, you have gathered enough gold rings to receive a precious life. Good times. I loved Raven. Yes, here we go. You've got people. I remember Tracy Beaker, excellent. Tracy Beaker got filmed at my school. Oops. Did you hear that? That was me just kicking my cup of tea. I know, Raven, the obstacle course thing. Yeah, I was the sun emblem. I feel old now. We are old. Warrior Tezan. Are you a comedian? Laughing at me, not with me, guys. Funhouse 2. I don't know if I remember the Funhouse. What one was that? Oh wait, no, the Funhouse, was that the one where they jumped into the picture? I think I talked about that in a video, I'm pretty sure I did, or a live stream. My sister and I used to try and jump into the picture. I remember specifically at my grand's house, we'd drawn this mad picture, It was like fairies and wizards and princesses, and it was a very elaborate drawing, and then we put it on the floor, and we believed that if we wished hard enough we would jump into the picture. So I've just got memories of being Frankie sitting on the bed and then just jumping onto this piece of paper and being very disappointed that we weren't whisked away to the magical land that we'd drawn. But one can dream. Chit Chit Bang Bang and Chuckle Vision. Yeah, I remember Chuckle Vision. Chuckle Vision, Chuckle Vision. To me, too. To me, too. The Queen's Nose was a TV show. Yes, The Queen's Nose. That was a great TV show. They don't make it like that anymore, do you? Do you have any advice for trying to feel better through low times? You help me so much. Oh. Sending you big hugs, Kimmy, first of all. Do you have any advice for trying to feel better through low times? I guess what helps me is I kind of look at it like this. Sorry, my back's hurting. I sometimes like to think of like my life as a movie. You know, we've been talking about that a little bit in the stream, but if you're watching a movie and everything's plain sailing, you know, smooth, just happy, you would turn it off. You'd be like, this is boring, you know. And sometimes I think when life's tough, it helps to look at life like that. You know, say, the bad times are there to remind us to appreciate the good times, but they're also there to teach us things, I believe. I believe that we grow through periods of difficulty, challenges. It gives us room for growth, makes us stronger, more resilient. So looking for the opportunities for growth during the hard times helps me. But like I say, like trying to enjoy your problems, and that is me quoting a mad hippie that I met on a bus, on a Greyhound bus when I was travelling Australia when I was 19. I've talked about this before. My twin sister had met a guy out in Australia and he'd just gone home and we still had a couple of months left in Australia, so she was crying and we got on the Greyhound bus because we were doing a tour of the east coast of Australia. And then there was this young lad on the bus, this hippie, and he was like, enjoy your problems, man. And she was like, what? Tears streaming down her face. Enjoy your problems? What do you mean enjoy your problems? I'm sad. Brr. She didn't like hearing that. She did not like hearing that. But it always stuck with me, and I thought about it because it was such a peculiar thing to hear, especially when I was 19. I was like, enjoy your problems, but I get it now in a way. Not enjoy isn't like literally enjoying them, but trying to make the most of them, and maybe in a way depending on the problem. Sometimes, like we've said in this stream earlier, the difficult times pave the way for something better. It's a redirection, and as I said in my video a few days ago when I released it, or was it yesterday? Oh my god, the days. A lot of the times in my life there's been difficult times, periods of upheaval, but looking back I could definitely say there's been occasions where thank God that happened, because it's allowed for something else to come through, a more beautiful time. Like having an sorry, I'm going off on one here. Having an ASMR channel, or even a YouTube channel in general, is very, very interesting, because I'm able to watch myself as a snapshot in time and see exactly how I was. I could pick up on my mood and listen to what I was saying, and obviously I ramble a lot in my videos. So if you've been watching the channel for a long time, you might remember when I used to complain about the house that I was buying. I was buying a flat. I was buying a flat with my ex, and I was complaining about having to wait a year and a half for the keys because the English property legal system's a mess. And I complained and I wouldn't shut up about it. Maybe it didn't seem that intense in those videos, but internally I feel like that's all I was thinking about, because I was living with my ex's mum at the time, and she's an amazing woman. I love her to bits still, but it wasn't what I was wanting. I was living with 3 other people and I just wanted my own space as an adult. So I was complaining and complaining, and me and my ex broke up the week we got the keys. So we'd been together for 7 years, and I was waiting a year and a half for the keys, and we broke up that week. And it almost feels as if the timing was too perfect. Like, I know that sounds weird for me to say, but if I'd moved in with my ex, I feel like I would have stayed in that relationship when it was not right for me. I would have neglected myself in order to keep the peace, to stay in that relationship, to make life easy. And I know, looking back, I wouldn't have been strong enough to leave, despite the massive red flags and the issues that were arising at the time. So it's almost as if, I had to wait that long for the events to unfold so that I would break up with them the week we got the keys. And it's hard to explain without really going into detail, but I don't really want to do that. But yeah, it's weird. I've thought about that a lot over the past few years. Like, thank goodness that process took so long. And it's funny because I complained so much about it at the time. So much. And maybe that's an example of enjoying your problems. Maybe it's only in retrospect that you could fully enjoy the problem. Or no, maybe not. If you practice mindfulness and become zen, I'm sure you can. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do personally. I'm really trying to surrender when life's getting tough, and just appreciate moment to moment, because that's really where the security of life is, in the present moment. The present is here and now, and that's all there ever is, really. Because even when the future comes, well, that's the present moment, isn't it? So, yeah. Sorry, I just went away on a wee rant. I hope that helped. I hope that made you feel better about the tough times. I can't even remember exactly what you were asking. I'm sorry. I don't pray for an easy life, just the strength and wisdom to endure it. I like that. Though it's on Bruce Almighty, isn't it? The scene where Morgan Freeman says, if you pray for strength, does God give you strength? Or does he give you opportunities to develop strength? I think the latter is true. Life is for us to live and experience, and to experience the good as well as the bad. The polarity of life. And I also sometimes think, I know this is about to sound a bit morbid, but I've thought, like, when times are really tough, if imagine you're on your deathbed, right, and somebody said to you, you can live 5 minutes of your life again, But you don't get to choose. But you get to live those 5 minutes or just experience them again. If somebody plopped you in the middle of one of your more challenging times, you'd probably still enjoy it, wouldn't you? Okay, I know that's a bit of a stretch, but I think about that kind of thing. That's the kind of thoughts that go through my mind. And I guess, yeah, just try and be the observer a little bit more of your life. Yeah. So is Shorty and Agony Aunt in this scenario? You should write a book with all that advice and just buy it immediately. Oh, you're too kind. Too kind. I was at a friend's wedding once and her elderly granddad said to me when we were leaving, "Enjoy what you do." This has stuck with me so much for my life. That's lovely. And it's true. I think, a lot of people think about the purpose and why we're here on Earth. Sorry, we're getting proper deep, aren't we, guys? I mean, this is me right now. I am sitting having deep chats. Where was I going with that? Yeah. No, I do think that, we wonder, what is the purpose? Why are we here? I think part of it's just to enjoy ourselves, but not in a hedonistic way. Like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I think it's about enjoying and exploring and being curious and learning and, yeah, just seeing life for the ride that it is. Hey Shortbread, you've calmed my anxiety for years and I want to say hello. Hello, Green Phantom. Are you painting both sides of the elephant? Yeah, but I'm just doing one side at the moment. The other side dried last night. I like these deep chats. Create and multiply. Is that what you think the meaning of life is? Create and multiply. I think creation. When people, like the movie Soul, when people are in their flow, where they're in, like they're doing something creative, I think when you get lost in that kind of thing, get lost in the moment, that's us tapping into something. It's pretty special. When will you do a stand-up comedy show? That's one thing I'll never do. I love trying new things and I love having new experiences, but that is next level. I commend anybody who has the courage to do a stand-up show, because I would find it terrifying. I love singing, I love music theatre, and I've performed in shows, like theatre shows and stuff, but yeah, no, I don't think you'd get me in a comedy show. Create, multiply and paint elephants. Honestly, I live under a rock, but somebody keeps talking about Maya and Miguel and I have no idea who they are. I live under a rock because I find it safer that way. Do you know what this saying has stuck with me for over a decade? Do the right thing and the right thing will happen. Judge Judy. That's class. That's really good. Oh, it's a TV show here in the States. Oh, right, okay. I see. Okay. I'm glad it's just a TV show. I was wondering if it was something political. I can't be bothered with that. Thanks for clarifying. Go, Diego, go is a Nickelodeon TV show. All right, okay. Okay, well, this is fun. That's nice and light-hearted. I mean, I can't talk about heavy stuff. I've been getting pretty heavy and deep this conversation, but I hope it's been gentle heaviness. Does that make sense? Good evening. Hello, drowsy corgi ASMR. The people are real, the case are real, the decisions are final. Judge Judy. Oh no, I'm escaping the real life by watching the stream. Nah, this is real. You're just in my reality. Sorry, that sounds a bit egotistical. In my reality. Oh, has anyone seen the movie? Oh, it's about the guy, and the universe is like in his head in the beginning of the movie. Oh, I can't even remember. I watched it recently. The beginning of the movie, like, it's like the world and the universe is shutting down, and it's because the man is passing away, and it's like the universe is inside your head. What was that movie? Is it The Life of Chuck? Something like that. That was a nice movie. Okay, I think that's me done with the grey. There we go, that's me done that side of the elephant. Okay, now I've got the wee ones to do. How long have we been streaming? An hour and 30 minutes. Jeezy peeps. What time is it? 11:30. Wow. Wow. Damn, my... Oh, hey Lee. No, sorry, I'm just really slow. Your comments are coming... Oh, sorry, I just hit the mic. Your comments are coming through. I'm just off on a wee tangent tonight. Oh, so I've got this mini elephant, so it's like a small version of the big one I've just been painting. And now I need to do the grey again. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need a couple of nights to finish these. And I might just stream, who knows. Creepy. What, the elephant or me? It's getting late, but I really don't want the next day to start. Aw. Sorry to hear that. Good night, pal. Just recently subbed and enjoyed the chat. Oh, thank you very much for subbing. Sending you all the best back. And thanks for hanging out. It's been really nice. I mean, yeah. It's like an echo chamber for me, so I suppose I'm enjoying it. Nah, I really appreciate all your comments, honestly, I do. I love how interactive you are, even if I do miss your comments when I'm off on my wee tangent. But yeah, my ASMR channel has been my lighthouse over the past wee while. My beacon of light when things are uncertain, times are tough, you know. I really do mean it. When I'm filming it, I'm completely in the moment, like I zone out. I don't think about anything else except from filming, and it's so nice and refreshing. So thank you for giving me this. It's too good to be true. Thank you. What are you painting? A little elephant. Okay, like that looks a bit weird, but basically it's an elephant with all these different grooves and decoration patterns on it, decorative patterns, and I'm painting it so that I can varnish it and then give it to my wee sister for her birthday. She loves elephants, and I found 3 little ornaments in a charity shop, well, in 2 different charity shops actually, on different days, so it was very, very good luck. I found these 3 little elephants. So I decided to, what's the word, upcycle? Rework them, I don't know. Make them a bit unique. So glad I found your channel, thank you. I discovered ASMR when I hurt my back a few years ago, and I was looking for relaxation videos to try and chill. So glad it recommended your channel. That means a lot. I hope your back's better now though. Oh, that was my stomach. I don't know how good this mic is. I think I filmed a Fifine mic video a few years ago. And I remember it being pretty decent, but I don't know if it picks up as much as the Blue Yeti. But the Blue Yeti mic, the one that I used in my most recent video, isn't compatible with my phone for some reason. Is it an Indian elephant? Yeah, I reckon so. With the ornate design, it kind of looks like a kind of more Indian style pattern. I might be going to India in February. We'll see what happens. Groovy elephant. Hey Danny, say click, click the camera, click. Does filming help you feel in your own safe place of escaping reality? Yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm escaping reality. I quite like reality, but with reality, if we're phrasing it like that, like when you show up in the world, you usually show up in a certain way, whether that be like, because we have different faces, different masks that we wear depending on the situation. And when you're out and about navigating the world, you do. Sorry, I've got a little bit of paint on a part I don't want to get paint, so I'm just, a little bit of cleaning having to be done here. Yeah, I guess you with filming, I don't have to be anyone but myself, which is nice. So I think that's part of it, the mask. I could just be myself, really. There's not that I go around wearing a mask or pretending to be someone else. It's not that. But it's just chill. It's just chill. You don't have to please anybody. You're just there in the moment, whispering. I mean, obviously I'm trying to make it relaxing and stuff, but it's like a wee, maybe you could say escape. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm getting at right now. I think I've been talking for too long. My mental health is so much better. Oh, brilliant. I'm really pleased to hear that. Near the end of last year, my mental health was suffering a little bit, I will admit. but it's because I was very busy and my nervous system just wasn't getting a chance to rest. And I've realised that that massively impacts your mental health. We often don't realise it because we're working so hard and trying to meet deadlines or trying to make money and put food on the table or whatever's going on in your life, you know. A lot of the time we have to be quite reactive to life rather than proactive, and it takes its toll on your nervous system. And that was what was happening to me at the end of last year. So I've taken this month, or I will be taking this month, and so far I've been hermiting a little bit. Not in a bad way. I've still seen some friends here and there, but I'm taking this time to get back to baseline. And that helps with your mental health, it really does. Just putting your body first for a wee bit. And doing things that help restore your sense of centre and calm and whatnot. Like watching ASMR. I have family in Scotland and hoping to travel up there next year. Got family coming over from the US and we planned to do it just before COVID struck. Oh wow, that's been a long time coming. I hope you have fun. Hear me out, over the top Scottish elephant with a wee fabric kilt. Oh, that would be adorable, wouldn't it? Oh no, I'm fine, Kaylee. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm fine. Different mass for different people. Yeah, it's I'm learning a lot of it is like from childhood. You know, it's learned behaviour. I was replying to Kaylee in a comment yesterday. She asked me about perfectionism, and that is also something that we pick up in probably childhood. You know, it's, you know, you're so impressionable when you're a kid, and a lot of the time your environment shapes the way you are, nature versus nurture and all that, and we don't even realise it, but we've picked up things because it was like a survival instinct at the time. So whether it be like feeling like you need to prove yourself in order to feel loved, or feeling not enough, you know, so that manifests in different masks that we wear as well. People pleasing, that's often to do with feeling like you had to accommodate others in order to feel that love, or in order to feel that sense of connection. You know, it's a lot of it is learned behaviour, and that's deeply ingrained, and I'm currently in the process of trying to strip a lot of that away, and it's a lot of work, but hopefully I'll be better for it. Oh, thank you so much for that. Oh, I'm going to give you a wee love heart. Your videos are one of the few highlights of my week when life is feeling too much. Thank you. What are some things that brought you happiness as a kid? A certain pet, song, book, movie or cartoon? Oh, bless you. Thank you so much, Mox fan. What brought me happiness as a kid? To be honest, luckily a lot of things brought me happiness. I was a very happy child. Drawing. I used to spend hours and hours drawing. What else? Dancing. I've taken to doing that a lot more recently, just putting on music and just dancing around my room. It's very liberating. But I did that a lot as a kid. Me and my sister used to always be like making up dances and forcing our mum to sit down and performing for her. Such a wee performer. I never really had a pet. Like I had a cat when I was 9, but we had that cat for 18 years, and it was more of a wild cat. It refused to come in the house. It must have had a traumatic childhood. Oh, not childhood. Why do I keep going about traumatic childhoods? Basically, we saved the cat as a kitten from the cat protection. We saved 3 cats. We didn't save them, we just adopted them, But I think they'd had a really rough start, so they were extremely timid cats. So it wasn't their fault, but they just did not trust us, and they just never trusted us. Especially my cat, Shadow, and he was a shadow. We had to put a cat flap on the garage door because he refused to come in the house to eat food, and it was winter, and he was freezing, so that was it. He lived in the garage. So I didn't really have pets, to answer your question. Sorry. I loved reading, and I mentioned earlier in this chat, I used to read Jacqueline Wilson books, and she is an amazing author, and she did a lot of like coming of age stories about children, mainly girls, and they were very relatable. She wrote in a way that you could get lost in the world, but it wasn't like fantasy, it was real life kind of situations, and I liked that. I liked feeling like I was reading something that could be possible. Oh, I'm getting a dead foot. Anyway, I love dancing. I remember you said about having to be like a chameleon with your ex, but you could be yourself on your channel. Did I say that? Having to be like a chameleon with your ex. Oh, I know what you mean. Yes, when I said I used to just adapt to my ex's hobbies. I did, yeah, you're right. I said that. My ex was a craft beer drinker, so I became a craft beer drinker. My other ex was an Xbox player and an MMA watcher, so I became an Xbox player and an MMA watcher. Yeah, I absolutely did adapt to my exes. So you're right with that one. It was probably to do with people pleasing and trying to fit the needs of others. Yeah, I could never really be myself completely with my ex. He was low-key embarrassed of me. I don't want a pity party, by the way. This is me just reflecting. I'm actually so fine. Like, I'm not sad. But yeah, you need to have people in your life that accept you for who you are, and you will find the people that accept you for who you are, but you've got to find the right people, and you've got to be brave enough to wait for the right people as well. I think a lot of the time people get into relationships and situations because they think that's the best they're going to get. And I definitely was in that pool of people, that category. Just kind of settling because, I don't think I valued myself as much as I should have. That's not me dissing my ex or anything. I don't feel any certain sort of way. But you do have to just surround yourself with the right people, and people that love and accept you because they're out there, and we're all unique and special in our own way. And we don't want to dampen that. You're you for a reason. So embrace that. Don't let anybody else or society or what you see on social media, don't let that change who you are. Because I'll tell you, trying to be somebody else, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and it just you're not aligned with what you should be going after. It just takes away your energy from something that's meant for you, and it stops you enjoying life properly, and it's your life to live, so be yourself. Sorry. Oh. favourite painting as an artist, as in like my favourite painting that I've done, or a favourite painting that I've seen. If it's favourite painting that I've seen, that's a really hard one. I don't think I could answer that. I don't think I have a favourite painting. I went to London for my birthday just past and went to the, what gallery was it? It wasn't the Tate Modern, but it was the other Tate, I think. And there was lots of portraits. And there was this portrait of a woman, and it was probably from the 17th or 18th century, and she was like this. And it looked so funny, she looked dead seductive. And she had like such a cheeky expression, and it piqued my interest, that painting, because it was so different to the other paintings and the pose of the other people, what's the word, I can't remember. The people in the paintings, it was different to that time, and I liked it. I liked that unexpectedness. I like paintings that have like, I suppose, an unexpected element to them, like a humour, like an element of humour. I painted 3 animals over lockdown, and I gave them human features, and that's the kind of thing that makes me laugh. So I've got like a sloth with a top hat. I painted a sloth with a top hat, and then a panda with a cigar. Yeah, like that kind of thing. ASMR is a mental health saver for me. Mine feels deep right now, but I'm trying to find ways to get through. My goal is to have a better year than the previous. ASMR animals and plushies help me get by. I really hope that you have a great year, and that it's full of all the things you enjoy and all the people you like to hang out with. You have a wee adventure. I had a tarantula when I was 19 and hermit crabs when I was a kid. That's awesome. Oh, I'm quite far behind. A chicken with freakishly realistic human eyes. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'd love. I'd love that. I'd hang that up in my wall. I'd make in the Walls collection if you're in London again, it's free. Is the panda enjoying a Cuban cigar? It is. It's up on my wall. Do you want me to go get it? I could show you the panda with the cigar. Oh god, I hate spiders. Good night, Dex. Are you using oil? I'm using acrylic. I'm using acrylic. Oh, do you want me to go? Okay, I'll go grab the panda. His name's Winston. Shorty's fave painting would be that of the dogs playing poker. Yeah, I actually like that one. I like Salvador Dali. I like his stuff because it's very unexpected. Cool. Alright, 2 seconds. Thank you for still being in the stream, everyone. So we have Winston with us. Wee peace symbol. Acrylic. Oh, that was my uncle. Acrylic. A duck walks into the store and the clerk said, where's it gone? Oh, a duck walks into the store and the clerk says, it'll be $2.99 for that Coke. The duck said, put it on my bill. That's class. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Winston. But yeah, I did that over lockdown. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that's what it is. It's meant to be Winston Churchill, like with the cigar. I haven't named the elephants. I was maybe thinking I should probably just leave that to my wee sister. Let her name the elephants. I painted it. It's an acrylic painting. I don't know if you can see properly. I don't know how. Can you see the brush strokes? There we go. That's better. Yeah, the lighting was a bit bad. So it's yeah, acrylic. Though I've just it's been hanging up on the wall. Look at that. Oh my god. Like, I spent all this time painting and then the back of it is an absolute mess. Like, I don't really know what I was trying to do here. I was trying to I should have just framed it, but yeah, it doesn't look very secure. Yeah, Winston's one of mine. This side isn't. My birthday's the 23rd of December. Yeah, when I was younger, I wanted to be an artist. I always said, I'm going to be an artist when I grow up. And then I became an ASM artist. So it's funny how that works. There's your face in artwork too. Shucks. What are you trying to get? Thank you. Thank you for that nice comment. That counts, it does, doesn't it? ASM artist. I like taking some time off to center myself this time of the year. Yeah, we're seasonal creatures. Winter's a time of restoration and getting back to our centre. So I think you're doing the right thing. You're a musician. Yeah, I play violin and I DJ and I've been producing recently. I love the arts, I really do. I used to draw all my life, but I've lost my interest since AI came. I'm kind of fed up of AI videos now. I've got a friend that keeps sending me videos and I'm like, bro, it's AI. And I don't even find them interesting anymore. I'm like, okay, well, that was the computer that did that. I think some aspects of AI is awesome. So I'm not going to be the person that sits here and like hates on AI. I'm not. I think it could be really useful. But I don't like when it replaces real art. I don't like that. Like, there's a lot of AI music on Spotify and you don't know the difference because there's nothing yet on Spotify to mark that it's AI. But I think there seems to be a wave of people that are really pushing for like the human touch. So I wouldn't say to stop drawing because of AI. There's a place for real art still. And people are craving it, I think. Like you see on YouTube as well, there's music that's been created and it says no AI in the title. And it's because people are actively searching for non-AI stuff now. So it's kind of going the other way, which is nice to see. So keep drawing. Don't lose that. And then, it's for you as well. The love of creating, what you get out of it. Don't think about some AI generated stuff. Just think about what you're creating and a little bit of magic you're putting on that paper. I've been seeing and sharing it with my friends, but it's a cat sending off guns. What inspired you to create ASMR? So, I'd been wanting to do it I'd been thinking about it for a wee while. When I was 24? Was that how long ago? Yeah. I'd been watching it for a few years, and then when I graduated from uni, it was kind of like something at the back of my mind that I wanted to try and just create some ASMR. But then when I was working for a university, my old job used to be travelling to China and telling international students about programmes at the university. It was a fantastic job, I loved it. And just before my second business trip, it was my first solo one, because the first one I went with my manager. The second one, I was putting stuff into the taxi. I'd put my suitcase in the taxi and I'd ran upstairs to grab a USB or something. And then when I was coming down the stairs, I overstepped and misjudged and kind of tripped and landed on my metatarsal, which is like this part of your foot. And I heard a pop. And I knew something wasn't right, but I went to the airport anyway, and then I realised I couldn't fly. It was just agony, and my foot had swollen, and it turned out I'd broken my foot. So 2 hours before my flight, I had to cancel my entire business trip. It was 2 weeks. So I lost the university a wee bit of money. I was off work for 3 weeks because they didn't want me like going into work and sitting there and getting a blood clot or something. So I was off work for 3 weeks feeling very sad and down, and I decided to make some ASMR. I thought, well, this is my opportunity. I already had got myself a wee radio mic from uni and like my Blue Yeti. I got it second hand actually on Depop. I was thinking about that today. And I made some ASMR just to keep me from going up the walls, keep me from boredom, and to lighten up my mood, because I really was down in the dumps about missing this trip. I was gutted. But there you go. There's another example of something that seemed bad at the time, but then it really paved the way for the most amazing thing, my ASMR channel. It gave me the time, and because I've always been quite a busy person, and it was something I was putting off, and I don't think I would have really had time to try a video. So those 3 weeks, the forced break, it gave me a chance to experiment and make a few videos, and the rest is history. So yeah, as I was saying earlier in the chat, a lot of time the challenges and the difficulties or the things that seem bad in our life is actually just a wee redirection to pop you on the right path. And now I'm very grateful I broke my foot. So yeah, just a wee reminder to try and take things in your stride and go with the flow and just wait and see what happens, because you never know. It might be even better than you imagined. Oh no, my first video, I deleted it a long time ago. I've got mascara on, I better not do that. I actually purged a lot of my older stuff because a couple of years ago I was feeling self-conscious and kind of doubting myself as a creator. So I deleted a lot of the old stuff. I think I still have them somewhere though, and I was thinking about maybe compiling some clips from my older stuff, not putting them up completely because honestly the quality is just not great. It's not great, I will say. It wasn't, it took me a wee while to feel like I was in my stride with ASMR. But yeah, it could be fun to compile some clips at least, so that you could see the early days. When you broke your foot, did you have a better doctor than mine? I went to A&E, so I was in the emergency room, and they were decent. They were decent, yeah. Oh, see you, Kaylee. Sorry I missed that. Oh, bye-bye. How did you learn to make and edit videos? Just over time, through practice. I downloaded DaVinci Resolve and started making videos on that because it's quite a user-friendly interface. Quite easy to get to grips with for basic stuff, and ASMR's doesn't require a lot of editing, or at least in the beginning. Sorry, I just hit the mic. It doesn't require a lot of editing, just as long as you know how to like cut and blend the scenes. But now a full-blown colour grading with all my videos. I love it now. I mean, I've been doing it now for 7 years, so I'm pretty proficient on DaVinci Resolve for the basic stuff. I'm not any like mad video editor, but yeah, I've been trying my hand at colour grading over the last year or so, and it's fun. It's really fun. With these new phones like the iPhone 17 and Samsung 26, you could do almost anything with filming. Yeah, you really don't need a computer anymore if you're filming like TikToks and Instagram Reels and stuff. When I dislocated my foot, I got an x-ray and they called me up and told me my foot's not broken, and they hung up. Wow. So, were you going around with a broken foot thinking it was okay for a while? Scotland. Wait, is somebody giving me a tip that I've missed? Because I could see that I've got $11, but earlier it was not as... Oh, have I missed a tip? Sorry if I have, and I've completely missed and haven't said thank you. I'm just scrolling right now. I think I've missed it. If you're somebody that sent me a tip, thank you very, very much. I'm sorry I've missed it. I first clicked on a shorty video in 2019 because she looked like a girl I knew at the time. Oh, that's funny, Brian. Believe in yourself. The Drake and Josh episode where Drake impersonated the Doctor was funny for the most part, except for the infamous scene when Josh broke his foot. I never watched Drake and Josh, but I've heard of it. Where in Scotland are you from? I'm from Dundee. Bonnie Dundee. Don't cross the street without looking both ways. Did you miss it? What time is it? It'll be quite... Oh wow, it's past 12. I better get myself to bed. And my lower back is not going to be happy with me. I've been crouching over for like 2 hours like a little golem. Sorry, it's not really been much ASMR for painting. I've just been engrossed in this. You said it yourself, Shorty, you don't have that strong of a Dundee accent. No, I don't. I don't. Do you support a football club? Not really. Well, Newcastle United. I'll say I support Newcastle. I actually do support Newcastle United. Which foot did you break when you had to cancel your second business trip? My left foot. I broke my 5th metatarsal on my left foot. Well, actually, somebody asked me if my doctor was good. They were good, except on the doctor's note it said, this 34-year-old recruitment officer, because that was my job at the time, has a broken foot on her left, sorry, a broken left foot, 5th metatarsal. And I was like, 34? I'm 24. I was outraged. It's like, do I look 34 to you? No, I didn't shout. This was when I got home and I realised. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Kimmy. And see you later, Lee. What music have you been listening to lately? To be honest, a lot of ambient music, a lot of meditation music. I was actually listening to the call to prayer this morning. I'm not even lying. I was sitting thinking about like Gladiator, you know, that movie, and they have the very moving, intense, like vocal music, and I just was inspired to listen to the call to prayer, and it was lovely. I was just sat there like, I think it was in my mind as well, because my friend was talking about going to Istanbul and hearing the call to prayer. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of like meditation music. I think that's the kind of state I'm in right now. I'm trying to recharge and relax. So yeah, kind of relaxing stuff. Gregorian chants, yeah, they're so nice. Liverpool. Yeah, I went to Dubai when I was in university with my economics department, and I remember hearing the call to prayer. It was just something. I got my car back after 4 months. Oh wow, that's a long time. It was the best Christmas present ever. That's one reason I was away for a while. Were you zooming around? I'm really glad you got it back. That is one thing I'd like to do this year. Learn to drive. It's been on my to-do list for a while now, and I think I would really just appreciate the freedom. Sorry, they may take our lives. I'd really appreciate being able to just jump in my car and head off, because I am a bit of an adventure seeker, and cycling is just not cutting it anymore. I cycle everywhere. Yeah, this is my living room. Oh, Pakistan. I'm from Pakistan, a huge fan of your work. Sending love. You don't own a car? No, I don't own a car. I can't drive. I am a passenger princess. But I'd like to learn to drive. But yeah, I cycle and I just get trains all the time, or coaches. I love a coach. I love just sitting on a coach, intercity coaches, watching the world go by, or it's usually just a lot of countryside. Yeah. My twin, she got her licence last year. She passed her test. So I feel like now is the time. The funny thing is, I can drive. Sorry, I'm justifying myself here. My dad, I'm not even joking, had me driving when I was far too young. He used to take us to the industrial estate and give us a go in his car when we were 12, because he had this little sports car. And yeah, we would drive around. And I think I got up to 30 miles an hour. Definitely should not have been doing it, but yeah. Rebels. I guess your twin sister Frankie had learned how to drive because she travels a lot for her journalism job. She doesn't travel so much yet, but I think she will. I think she probably will start going around more. She lives in Glasgow, and most of the entertainment stuff is in Glasgow. It's kind of the more happening place in Scotland. But it's really easy to travel in the UK. You don't need a car. It's not like some other countries. In the UK, the public transport's pretty decent. And I mean, I could jump on a train and be in Edinburgh in 50 minutes. So yeah, it's handy enough. I've not suffered. If anything, my fitness has been really good because I've cycled everywhere. You're finally back. Oh, you've been? I've been good. I've been really good. Busy. Doing a lot of growing and learning. How have you been? How does Edinburgh go for entertainment? Yeah, Edinburgh's great, especially in the summer. I was talking about the Edinburgh Festival Fringe earlier. It's very fun. Okay, that's me done this side, I think. This elephant. Yeah. I just sat and painted all the grey just there. I think I'm going to have to go to bed now because my back is a bit sore. I think this Scottish guy, Gerard Butler, has dual citizen in the United States and Scotland because he divides his time between Los Angeles and Glasgow. Yeah, probably. Oh, I'm tired. What's the furthest country you've travelled to? Or like the top 5 you've been to? So the furthest country, Australia. But my top 5, China. I absolutely loved China. I like Portugal a lot. Just washing my brush now. Do you like my cup? It's a Camden Town Brewery cup. What other countries do I like? Oh dear me, I'm really tired now. Thailand was pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of places I'd like to visit though. Have you been? Yes, I've been to Japan. Japan was awesome. Yeah, I was 22 when I went to Japan. It was fun. I was on a solo trip because I was living in China when I was 22 for university. So I was very lucky because I was given a bursary I won like this grant thing. So I was given £5,000 when I was 22 from my university, and it was a grant to travel. So I was like, excellent, I could spend this money and not feel guilty. So I used it to travel, but a lot of other people didn't just have the funds to go do that. So I ended up just taking a solo trip and went to Japan and did a lot of couch surfing, actually. I was there for 9 days and stayed with a lot of random people from around the world, and then some Japanese people too. It was an adventure. Yeah, I better get to sleep. Get some rest. I'm hitting the sack. Good night. Good night. My jet lag between the United States and New Zealand was so bad. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just yawning. Yeah, I better get to sleep. What do Scottish people think about Sorry, I could never come off properly. What do Scottish people think about Braveheart and that the main character isn't played by a Scot? I don't think people mind, to be honest. I think Braveheart, I mean, it's very Hollywood anyway, but Mel Gibson does a good job. Yeah. I mean, I was 5 when I first saw Braveheart. Far too young. Quite traumatic. But, yeah. Anyway, thank you to everyone and everyone on the stream for a nice time. May the elephants deliver wisdom, calm and strength to your sister. That's so nice. Good night. Okay, I'm going to go as well. Good night, everyone. And I'll maybe stream again this week because I've clearly not finished. This has taken longer than I thought. But thank you for joining me. You've kept me company and I've had such a good time. So thank you. See you later, everyone.